Hey guys, I got some new Madame Glam jelly gels to swatch, and then we're going to use them to do a tortoise shell nail design, so stick around.
Give it to me like
Hey guys, welcome to another video on my channel. So today I've got these two jelly gels that I want to swatch for you. So I'm just going to put them on a swatch sticks. They are, when I say jelly, they're like a translucent-y. Is that the right way to explain it? Anyways, I got Caffeinated and then I've got Oh Behave. Okay, so I am starting off with my swatch sticks. I have buffed them, wiped them down with a cleansing wipe. I'm just putting a base coat on because these are a little more translucent-y. I just want to make sure that it goes on as smooth as possible. So I am using this fairly thick rubber base coat, which is giving me some issues already, but we'll get through it. So I'm just going to show these two on a clear nail, see what they look like alone. I will do 2 coats on them, and then I'm going to use them for my tortoise shell. So they're brownie tones, and really you could use either of them. And I'll show you what I mean by that as we go along. So the first one, so it actually looks thicker than it is. It kind of looks like it's going to give you like full coverage, like it's going to be fully opaque, but it is not. So this is the first one. It's called Oh Behave. And then this is the second one. Again, looks really dark, looks way darker than it is. And this one is called Caffeinated. So these are not the greatest for on your nails alone. At least, I don't know, that's just kind of what how I feel about it. But they're perfect for like a base undertone when you're doing like a tortoise shell or an animal print or some other design. Let's take a look at Caffeinated though to start. So Caffeinated has like an orangey undertone. You can kind of see that. So it's like a brown amber, really. And I'm glad I put the base coat because you can probably see that it does get streaky. So I get all OCD with this and I keep going over it. So 2 coats is great to get full coverage and make sure there's no streaks. So while that's curing, we are going to look at Oh Behave. And we're going to do 2 coats on this too. So this one has more of a reddish undertone. So you can see this is the first one. This is Caffeinated. It's like ambery, coppery brown. And then I'm going to do second coat here. And this is just more of like a, almost like a burgundy reddish. And again, you can probably tell it is a bit streaky. But once it goes in the lamp, it does self-level a bit. Then you top coat it, and it's good to go. So I am going to do the tortoise shell on these nail tips. So they're not exactly clear. But this is what the colors look like on an actual clear tip. So Oh Behave is the red, or reddish, almost like a cherry wood. And then Caffeinated is the amber. Okay, so we're gonna get right into the tortoise shell. So I decided to go with the amber color as my base. So I buffed my tips, I base coated them with that rubber base coat again, and then I did one coat of the Caffeinated. I cured obviously in between each. And then I'm going to start with my petal brush. I just put a little bit on my palette here, and the color I'm using is, I am using that other color, so I am using Oh Behave for my first sort of splotches. And really what you want to do is just, you know, saturate your brush and kind of place your splotches. You can see how I'm kind of like dabbing it. It doesn't have to be neat. And just kind of place them wherever you see fit. So this is going to be like the first layer of color. And then we're going to go in with some different tones. So this is kind of like a trust the process nail design. But it does work out. You can fix it if you make a mistake. And it looks amazing in the end. So I'm going to finish this off here. And then I'm going to cure. And then we'll go into our next color. Okay, so just remember to cure in between each layer. Okay, so I actually grabbed, it's a Beetles color. It's like a reddish jelly color. Just because I kind of wanted to put a bunch of different tones in here. Like, I'm not digging the colors right now, so like I said, I am really trusting the process here as I was doing this. So the Beetles color is like A81. It's like a reddish. It is a jelly as well. And I mixed in the Oh Behave, which is sort of has more of a like brownie tone to it. And then I also took a little bit of my Top Secret, which is like a jelly translucent black, like a sheer black. And I'm going to mix all of these together so I get a bit of a deeper tone to complement these colors right here. So I'm just mixing it all on my palette just until I kind of like the tone that it gets to. And then once I'm happy, I'm going to go in and just blotch it around again. Okay, so pop that in the lamp to cure. And then I'm going to go in with my darker colors. So when you're doing the tortoise shell, you always want to have like the contrast with like a black. So I did a little bit of perfect black. I did a little bit of the top secret, which is that translucent black. And I'm going to mix them together. And I'm just going to sort of outline around these splotches in the black so that it sort of pops. The black is the color that really stands out, and I do fiddle with it a bit, but I get it to work in the end. And guys, keep in mind, everybody does tortoise shell differently. Like, I've watched so many people do this, and no one does it exactly the same, but they always look good in the end. So as long as you're like following the right steps and you're topping it off properly at the end to give it that finished sort of like shiny shellacky look, whatever you do will pretty much turn out amazing. Well, for the most part. So I'm just going in with the black here. As I'm doing this, I am noticing that it's a little too much. It's a little too strong. So I am trying to tone it down, trying to mix a bit more of that that lighter black with it instead. And then I do actually go in and sort of correct it afterwards. So we'll see me do that in the end. But just, you can always fix this. So just have fun, place it where you like. Use whatever combination of colors you want. This is the color I chose, but I could have even done it with Oh Behave as the base. It would have looked really nice. In fact, thinking about it now, I probably would have liked it better because it just would have had like that reddish, like winey undertone. I mean, they're both nice, but next time I'm going to use Oh Behave as my base because I am using Oh Behave for the blotches, but I would have started with that reddish tone versus the amber. So I'm just messing around with the black here. I'm going to cure this as it is. Okay, so I've already got my other color out there. So that's the Oh Behave. And I'm going to mix it with some of the perfect black just to make like a deeper sort of burgundy or like mahogany. And right, I also use a little bit of the Caffeinated in there too, just to add a little more of a brown. And the reason I did this is because I am going to go over the black. I'm going to just sort of blend this brown over the black and around those black splotches because I kind of want to tone them down a bit. I just think they're standing out a little too much, so I just want to add another little tone in there to sort of let that black kind of fade in with all the other colors. So as you can see, it's like it's toning it down already. You can see it, right? Yeah. So as soon as I use this, I was happy. No more panicking. And let's keep on going. Okay, so I cured that last coat, and then I started with Caffeinated, so I'm finishing, well, before I top coat, I am finishing with Caffeinated on top. So you want to seal in your design, go over it again with that jelly, glossy, whatever color you used on the bottom. And like this makes the design. Like you can already see it. It's not even cured yet. And you can already tell the difference. So I'm going to keep going, do them all, cure, and then they'll be ready for the final top coat. Okay, so this is without a top coat. And just look how shiny those look. So yeah, finish off your look by going over it again and sealing everything in. Okay, so we're going to do a final top coat on these and then cure, and then we will be back to take a look at them for the final reveal. Okay, so just to go over what we used again, I used Caffeinated for the base. I also used Oh Behave, mixed it with my red jelly Beetles color. I also used Top Secret by Madame Glam, which is like a sheer black. And I mixed that with the Perfect Black to do my darker sections. And then, because my darker sections looked too dark, I went in with the Perfect Black, Oh Behave, and I think I even used some more of the sheer, mix it together, and I just toned down those really dark splotchy bits, and just made it kind of fade really nicely. So these are not typical colors I use, these browns. But they're perfect for tortoiseshell and for fall. Like as I'm watching this video back, I'm just like, it's so dark to me, and my lighting sucks, so I apologize for that. Oh, and I used my petal brush. And let me just get this out of the way here. All right, so let's take a look at the nails out of the lamp. And here is our final tortoiseshell. So see what I mean when I said trust the process? Because as you're watching, you're probably like, kind of looks ugly, because that's what I was thinking. But just keep going, keep blending. And that final piece is just sealing everything in with that base color, top coating, and like they look beautiful. So whatever design you do, whatever splotches you do, honestly, I think it'll look amazing. I am going to put these on my model here. So yeah, the nails are a little too big for her nail beds, but I just thought I'd show it on a regular hand, on my practice hand, just so you get an idea of what they'd look like on. Here are our swatches again. Caffeinated and O, behave. And there we have it. This design is easier than it looks, so give it a try. You just need the right jelly colors for your base, and then you can literally mix your colors to make your like tortoise design. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.